It's Madden NFL 22, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Bills and the Ravens, and it's coming up next.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. From way up at the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both, and at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
Flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Working with a 2nd and 3. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Allen going to throw. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And he is going to have a Bills first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
And he's going to have a Bills first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. That's complete to Davis.
Way to go, guys. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 49-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. His throw incomplete. Tommy Sweeney, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. From the gun, it's Allen. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Here's Allen to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down. Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills' opening drive yields 3. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Jackson, draw play to Dobbins. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Isaiah McKenzie is back deep for the Bills. Oh, it's a wobbler here. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And he's got his man here, Beasley. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
They'll look to run with Singletary. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Moss. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Zach Moss taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Bills will extend their lead. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Play action. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. They sure went against conventional wisdom, calling a pass on 3rd and inches.
Had to be thinking to themselves, the defense is going to overcommit against the run. Should be an easy pitch and catch. Didn't turn out that way.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on fourth down, but they ran it. They got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Right back to Dobbins on first. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On second down, there's the option going left. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Jackson going to hold on to it again. And a short gain here down to the 22. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Jackson from the shotgun. And that will be incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. On fourth down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Fair catch signaled for and taken, and that punt went nowhere. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Three yards remain for second down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second down and 3. From the gun, it's Jackson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Jackson looking to throw on third. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be fourth down.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. Tucker's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Buffalo offense and Devin Singletary heading back out there. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the second quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing now is Allen. And he finds Beasley, complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Now Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And again, it's Allen. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And this one's right there, and that pushes the lead to 13-10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Allen to try again after the pick six.
Complete toward the sideline, finding Beasley.
The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Bills. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Raven offense set to start this third quarter.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
But we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Here's the option going left on 2nd down. The quick feet by Jackson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 49-yard line. To throw is Jackson. He's going deep for Brown.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 49 yards. As the Ravens push further out in front.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Very short kick taken right at the 20.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
No gain on the play there, second down.
He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, your front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain.
Allen from the gun on third down.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's fourth down.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. This is taken at the 15. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And for Jackson, this may be a free play. They'll roll him out right. Got some room at the 30.
And he will slide down with the first down for the moment, but a penalty flag on the field.
And with the big gain, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. And that is incomplete here. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore.
Buffalo set to get the football back here.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily...
Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. Look at the big man rumble. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Tucker now to add the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes the Ravens defense now as they get ready for the next possession. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. A 40-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Ravens offense back out there. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
But they certainly got dented with that 1st down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he stopped immediately there.
Great job, D.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And it would appear he's going to be short of a 1st down as he stopped right around the 29. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Buffalo offense back out ready to go. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Allen now on 1st down. finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second down.
John Harbaugh never shy about bringing out the red challenge flag, and he'll do so here. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Allen going to throw. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And Singletary has it stripped, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here's a give to Dobbins. 43 yards on the ground for him so far.
And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Now Dobbins again on second down.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
And we're going to have a break in the action. As you can see, Mark Andrews is yet to get up.
While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson going to hold on to this.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood Marquise Brown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's open like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the lead is now 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Ravens defense, they get ready and they trot back out onto the field. They recovered the fumble last time. 3 turnovers for them in this game. They've been, that word opportunistic comes to mind, right?
Exactly right. And you know guys on defense, they say the turnovers, and offensive guys call them turnovers. We call them takeaways. We go get them. And that's exactly what they've done in this game.
The former DB making sure you know they're takeaways on the defense.
Takeaways, man.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Allen. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida and give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The Bills on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Allen to throw it.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Tavon Young. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
And here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
The drive will start with an option going left. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he'll take this one down to the 36. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Again, it's Edwards. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On 1st down, Dobbins, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the thing.